Guys, and welcome back. We just looked at how we can display information on a table, that we can pull data from our Eloquent or from our database table using our Eloquent model and display it on our HTML table. And we have two nice buttons here. We have an edit button and we have a delete button. These buttons don't do anything at this point. Now, if we take a classic example of what we have here, a user submitted this information. Maybe there was a mistake and you want to edit this information. If you normally click on this edit button, it should take you to a form where you can see the name, you can see the email, you can see the message, and you can edit either of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the editing function now. And first thing we need is a route, right? We need a route. So we're going to come here into our route file. We're going to do route, get, edit, right? And then the edit is going to link to inquiry controller class. And then we're going to have the edit method name admin.inquiries.edit. Yep. So we have created an edit route. So once we do admin/inquiries/edit, right? So admin/inquiries/edit should be able to link you to the inquiry controller and the edit method. And we've given this name admin.inquiries.edit. So we have to create this edit method. If we go to the file, we say public function edit, right? And then you can now say we have this. I'll just echo we are in edit. Yep. So once we do this, we save this, and then we come back to our blade file. We're going to change this one from a button tag to an A tag because we need to have an href, right? Href. And for you to reference this, you need to use the route, and you say admin.inquiries.edit. Yes. So you say admin.inquiries.edit. So each time you click on the edit button, it should take you to this particular route, which we're going to refresh the page. And it says in admin.inquiries.edit route does not exist. Remember, we have created our route here, right? But we have not run it on, we have not optimized the configuration. If you do PHP artisan route list, you will see that there is no route for editing inquiries, but immediately you run PHP artisan optimize or route clear, right? And then you run the route list again, you see that the admin inquiries edit route has been created. So this has been created. So we go back here and we refresh, and it's looking nice and clean. And once we click edit, it takes us, we are in the edit. But now we're asking ourselves the question, what exactly are we editing, right? We need to know the particular inquiry we are editing, because there's no way that we can know. So it's just showing that we are editing. What are we editing? So we need to pass in the particular ID of the inquiry that we're attempting to edit. So for us to do that, we come back to our inquiry edit. We say we're editing a particular ID. Remember when we were doing the theme, each time you do the curly brace in here, it means you're sending in a parameter. So it means that inquiry editing ID, right? So we're editing this particular ID. And if you do this, it means you also have to come and create the change in the blade file. So instead of just saying admin inquiries edit, we have to say admin inquiry edit. What are we editing? The ID is inquiry ID. So we made small mistake here. It has to be inquiry. I'll just change it all so that we have inquiry well spelled. Thank you if you notice that. So we're saying that go to the route called admin inquiries edit, and the ID should be the inquiry ID. So this ID is the same as this ID, right? So this ID is the same as this ID, and the ID is the admin inquiry ID. And don't forget, we have changed our route, right? We have made a change in our route. It means that we have to run PHP artisan route clear, right? And then we run route list. You see that our route also has changed here. So this is the only thing that we have changed. So when we go back to our view, we refresh and we click on edit, it shows you now that we are editing the inquiry of ID1. If we go back here, so this is ID3. If we click on the button edit, it says that it's editing the ID3. Now we need to receive this ID number 3 in the controller, right? And we say each time you want to receive data in the controller, you receive it as a parameter. So it's int ID. So editing, we're in edit. So we can just say editing echo, editing ID. So if I save this and I refresh the page and it says editing 3, if we click here, it says editing 2. So it means that we've been able to successfully pass in the particular ID that we're editing from the table to the edit view. Now we need to pull the data, right? We need to pull the data of the particular inquiry that we're attempting to edit. And remember, each time we said that each time you want to interact with your database, you have to use the Eloquent model. And the Eloquent model for inquiries table is the inquiry Eloquent model. So we can do this by saying the inquiry we are trying to do is we're going to write inquiry find ID. So this is saying that go to the inquiries table and look for an ID that has this value. So you can either do it like this or you can do it like this. Inquiry is equal to inquiry where ID is ID first. So this is the short format and this is the long format. So this is you using a where clause. So this simply means inquiry where ID is equal to ID. So either you use this or you use this, but you look at it in most code bases, you will see this one is being used. And when we do this, we just want to be sure that it's giving us the right value. We're going to comment this and we're going to do a dd of inquiry, not inquiry to array, right? So this is inquiry to array. We save this and we refresh the page and we get all of the information. Remember, we were saying that we're doing inquiry of ID2 and we have inquiry of ID2. If we go back and we take edit here, you see that we have inquiry of ID4 and then we have the various information here. Now we have been able to get this information. We need to send it to the view, display the form and be able to do the editing. And for us to do that, we just need to say, if you want to send, remember we said if you want to send data into a view, you need to pass the compact. But again, we have not created a view. Since we already have admin inquiries index, which means we may need to return view admin.inquiries.edit, right? And then compact, which is inquire. So this doesn't highlight because we have not created this view. So I'm going to create the view. Remember, we said our magic command to create a view is php make view. We put this. And once we do this, we come back, we save it. We see that we have now underlined. So I just had to close it and open it back. We have underlined. So if we go here, we'll see that we have our inquiries here. So I can just literally save this and refresh now. And if I click on edit, it shows me this DD, but I have to comment out the DIDOM and I save, I refresh again. And now it shows me an empty page. So just for us to be sure, we are going to go to the index. Since we don't want to write so much code, we're going to copy the layout and open this layout. And then we can now close X layout. Nope. X layout. So we have closed this and then we save this. So we'll say that we are editing inquiry ID. So we are editing the inquiry of ID, inquiry number that. So if I go back and then we refresh this page, you see we are editing inquiry number 4. If we go back and then we take number 1, we're editing inquiry number 1. If we go back and we take number 2, we're editing inquiry number 2. In the next video, we're going to see how we can display the form, display the information, and then do the submission of the form and make the edit.